Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to be building a track system for an Alaskan style sawmill, chainsaw mill. We have a piece of plate steel here. We're going to cut this down the middle, make two equal parts, cut some notches in them that will allow our square tubing to sit in. That will be the tracks for our saw. So let's get into it. Alright, first step is going to be cutting it in half. We're going to cut it long ways to make two even pieces. And now I'm going to be switching over just to a grinding wheel on here, clean out the sharp edges, remove the burrs. So I have a factory cut on one side of this, so what I'm going to do is use that as a guide and grind down the other piece to be smooth just like the top one. We got two pieces cut out, they're the same size. We have this 1.5 inch square tubing that we're going to be using as our rails. So now what we got to do is measure out and cut out the boxes to where these are going to fit. When measuring out the height of the two rails, you really want to make sure that you line up from the bottom of the plate, because that's what you're going to be using to level out and square off to the next beam as well. So ensure that you mark off from the bottom in case this top edge is not quite as nice. Got the first one cut out, ready to go on the second one. So what we're going to do, I want an exact cut on this one, so I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to scribe the line instead of using a pencil because I want it to be perfect. Down here I have my marks lined out, one in the middle and one just a little bit off to each side, just about 1 centimeter up from the bottom of the plate. So I got my drill press, I got it on low speed right now. I have a little bit of cutting oil that I'm going to be using. So the plates are done. I have all the notches cut out of them for the square tubing that we got laying over here. And then we got the 3 holes to attach these plates to the log, and we have that on both. So I'm hoping to use these for a long period of time, so what I want to do is put a little coat of gray primer on here. Pretty nice even coats over the whole thing. Let this dry for a bit, and then I'm gonna go do the other side. So we got our plates made, primed, holes drilled, everything's sand, smooth, nice finish. So the next step is we're going to be marking a level line on here. This is going to be our mock-up log right now. You can see I have some curved lines on here to represent the log. We're going to mark our level line on here. Alright. Now we're going to bring our plate up. So we have one side locked in. So now what we're going to do is flip it around to the other side, make an equal level line. Now we've gone to the other side of the log, and you can see we have our rounded edges. So we're on the other side of the log now, 10, 12 feet, however long you want to make your boards. We have our other plate. We measured down the other side was 1.25 inches. So we'll mark this down 1.25 inches right here. Use the level. So we got the plates mounted on the log. This is the long way of the log right here. Then you just get your piece of 1.5 inch square tubing, whichever long you have, outside in the yard. I have some 10-foot long sticks, so I can do up to that much for milling. But you put those in there, and you come along with your your track, and it just runs along the top just like that, and your blade goes underneath, and you set it to go just below that right there, and it'll cut nice and smooth. And the nice part about this is once you get done with your first cut, you just take your log, roll it 90 degrees, and then you can use the square, set your new rails on there, screw them in, and then you have a perfect 90-degree angle to cut. Well, that's it for me this time in the shed and breakfast. I will be cutting down a cottonwood and milling up these logs using my new track system. And when I do, I'll bring you along for the ride. So, thanks for stopping in the shed and breakfast. We'll see you next time.